Give it all away, Nana. We don't need any of it. Nana, give it all away. I'm so tired I can hardly stand. We can't let the Virginians go home. The girls can sleep in the living room. The Colonel can stay with the Baron. And Fedati can stay with the Baron too, or maybe someplace downstairs. The doctor is drunk again. That drunk, wouldn't you know it? So we can't put anyone in with him. And the Virginian's wife can go in the living room too.
Olga dear, Olyeshka, don't send me away, please. Please don't.
Don't talk nonsense, no. No one is sending you away.
I do what I can. I work all the time. I know I'm not what I used to be. Everybody says send her away. But where would I go? Where? I'm old. I'm old. I'm old.
Why don't you sit down? Poor love, you're worn out. You just rest, darling. It looks okay.
They are saying we better get a group together to organize aid for the people who got burned out. It's a lovely idea, don't you think? We should help out the poor anyway. That's one of your responsibilities if you're rich. Oh, and Bobby and little Sophie, they're fast asleep. They're sleeping as if nothing in the world were going on. We've got so many people everywhere you look. The house is full of them. I think there's some kind of flu going around. I'm scared the children will catch it.
You really can see the fire from this room. It's quieter here.
It must be a mess. Who said I was putting on weight? It is not true. Not a bit. Masha, she's fast asleep. She must be worn out, poor thing. And you, don't you dare sit down when I'm around. Get out. And get out of here. Really? Why you keep that old woman around, I will never understand.
Excuse me, I don't understand either.
You just spoil her. She doesn't do a thing. She's a peasant. She should be living on a farm. You see?
I like things nice and neat around the house.
I don't want things sloppy. Poor thing. You're tired. Our headmistress is all tired out. You know. When my little Sophie grows up and starts high school, I'll have to start being scared of you.
I'm not going to be headmistress.
Yes, you are, Olga. It's all settled.
I refuse. I can't. I just don't have the strength for it. You were so rude to Nana just now. Forgive me, but I'm in no conditions for sins like that. I'm even a little faint.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
Forgive me. I'm in no conditions for sins like that. I'm even a little faint.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
Yeah, you've got to understand. We may have been brought up rather differently. Still, I can't bear sins like that. I get depressed when I see people treated like that. I get physically sick, really. My strength just goes.
I am sorry. I am sorry.
The least little vulgarity, an indelicate act, and I get terribly upset.
Look, I know I say things I shouldn't, dear. I know. But you could admit she could go live on a farm.
She has been with us for 30 years.
But she cannot do any work anymore. Look. Either you don't understand me or I don't understand you. She cannot work. All she does is she sits and she sleeps.
Then let her sleep.
What do you mean let her sleep? She's a servant, isn't she? Olga, I just don't understand you. I have two nurses for the children. We have a cook and a maid. What do we need that stupid old woman for? What for?
I think I wasted years tonight.
We'll have to come to some agreement, Olga. Once and for all. You're at the high school. I'm at home. Your job is teaching. Mine is running this house. So if I tell you something about the servants, then I know what I'm talking about. I know what I am talking about. And I don't want to see that stupid old woman here tomorrow. And don't you dare argue with me. Don't you dare. Really. If you don't move down to the basement apartment, we're always going to be fighting like this. It's terrible.
Has anyone seen Masha? We should have gone home long ago. Fire's dying down. You know, they thought the whole town was going to burn down. There was such a terrible wind, but we only lost one block. Tired. I'm tired. Olga, dearest. You know, I sometimes think if I hadn't married Masha, I would have married you. You're a wonderful woman. I'm so tired.
What's the matter?
The doctor's been drinking, wouldn't you know? He's extremely drunk, wouldn't you know? Do you hear him coming? Do you hear him? Yeah, that's definitely him. I'm gonna go hide. You old jokester.
He hasn't had a drop in 2 years, and all of a sudden he starts in again.
Right. So it was Mama's. Maybe I didn't even break it. Maybe it just looks like it's broken. Maybe we don't even exist. Maybe it just looks like it. I don't know anything. And nobody else knows anything either. Alright. So it was Mama's. Maybe I didn't even break it. Maybe it just looks like it's broken. Maybe we don't even exist. Maybe it just looks like it. I don't know anything. And nobody else knows anything either.
Are you asleep, Fyodor?
What?
You should go home.
Masha? Oh, my darling wife, my dearest Masha.
She's worn out, Fyodor. Let her get some rest.
I'm on my way out now. Masha, my darling, dearest Masha. I love you.
Amo, Amas, Amat, Amamus, Amatis, Aman.
Isn't she astonishing? You know, I've been married to you for 7 years and it only feels like yesterday. Really, truly astonishing. And I'm happy. I'm a happy, happy man.
I'm bored. I'm bored. There's something I can't get out of my head. It feels like someone nailed it there. I mean, Andre. He took out a mortgage on this house, and his wife got all the money, and the house doesn't just belong to him, it belongs to the four of us. He must know that if he has any decency left.
Why bring it up, Masha? It doesn't affect you. Andre owes money all over town. I feel sorry for him.
I don't care. It's still revolting.
You and I are not poor. I work. I teach at the local high school. I give private lessons in my free time. I'm a plain, honest man. Omnia mea mecum porto, as they say.
I don't want anything, but the injustice of it revolts me. Go on home, Fyodor.
You're tired. You should get some rest. I'll wait for you downstairs. I am a happy, happy man.
Andre has gotten so petty, so slow, and so old living with that woman. He used to want to be a scientist, and yesterday he was bragging that he'd finally become a member of the county council. He's a member, and Protopopov is the chairman. The whole town is talking and laughing, and he's the only one who doesn't know anything, doesn't see anything. Tonight, everybody went to see the fire, but not him. He just sits in his room and pays no attention to anything. He just plays his violin. It's awful. 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 I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand it. I can't. Throw me out. Get rid of me. I can't stand it anymore, please.
What's the matter, darling? What's the matter?
Where is it? Where did it all go? Oh my God. I've forgotten everything. My head is all mixed up. I can't remember the Italian word for window or ceiling. I keep forgetting things every day. I forget more, and life goes by and it won't ever come back, and we're never going to Moscow. Never. I can see it all now. We're never going to get there. I am so unhappy. I can't work anymore. I won't work anymore. I'm sick of it. I've had enough. I worked at the telegraph office, and now I work at the municipal building, and I despise it. I hate everything I have to do there. I'm almost 24. I've been working all this time, and my brain has shriveled up. I've lost my looks. I've gotten old, and nothing. There's no satisfaction in any of it. And the time passes, and you realize you'll never have the beautiful life you dreamt of. You just keep digging yourself deeper and deeper into a hole. And I am in despair. I am really in despair. And I don't understand why I'm still alive. I should have killed myself long ago.
Don't cry, my little girl. Don't cry. It tears me apart.
I'm not crying. I'm not. There. It's all right. See, I'm not crying anymore. It's all right. It's all right.
Dearest, let me speak. As your sister, as a friend, if you want my advice, marry the Baron. I know he's not very good looking, but after all, you respect him, you value his friendship, and he's a good man, an honest man. People don't marry for love, they marry because they're supposed to. Or at least I think they do. I would have married without love. It wouldn't have made a difference who it was as long as it was an honest man. I would even marry an old man.
I kept waiting for us to move to Moscow. I knew I'd meet my true love there. I used to dream about him. But you see, it was all a lot of nonsense.
I know. When the Baron resigned from the service and first came to see us in his civilian clothes, he was so plain looking I started to cry. And and he asked me what I was crying about and what would I tell him. But if God brings the two of you together, I would be very happy. You see, things are very different from what we thought. Very different.
You'd think she started the fire herself.
Masha, you're so silly. You're the silliest person in this family. I'm sorry, excuse me.
My dear sisters, I want to confess something to you. I want to bare my soul. I want to confess something to you, and then I never want to say another word about it again. I want to say everything right now. It's my secret. But you should know it. I can't hold it in any longer. I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love with that man, the one you saw just now. That's it. I love Vershanen.
Stop that. I'm not going to listen.
What can I do? At first, I thought he was strange, and then I started feeling sorry for him, and then I fell in love with him, in love with his problems, with his voice, with the things he says, with his two little girls.
I'm not listening. I don't care what you're saying. I'm not listening.
Olga, you're the silly one. I'm in love. It's fate, I guess. I mean, it's just my luck, and he loves me. It's all so funny. Doesn't it strike you as funny? Oh, my darling. We'll get through life somehow, no matter what happens to us. Whenever you read about these things in books, it all seems so silly and predictable, but when you fall in love yourself, you realize nobody knows anything about it. Everyone has to figure it out for herself. My dear sisters, there, I told you. Now I will never say another word about it. The rest is silence.
What is it that you want? I don't understand.
Andrei Sergeyevich, I told you 10 times.
In the first place, when you speak to me, you call me sir, and not Andrei Sergeyevich.
Sir, the firemen want to know, can they go through the yard to get to the river? They can't keep going around and around like this.
All right. Tell them all right. What a bore. Where's Olga? I came to ask for the key to the cupboard. I lost mine. Now you've got that little one. What a terrible fire. Seems to be dying down. That damn fair pump made me so mad I don't know how silly I sounded. Sir. Why don't you say anything, Olga? Look, it's time you stopped all this nonsense. All this soaking around for no reason. You and Masha are here, Irina's here, fine. Let's get this out in the open once and for all. What is it you all have against me, huh?
Oh no, Andre. We can talk tomorrow. I don't know, full night.
Don't get upset. I just want to know very calmly what it is you all have against me. Just tell me.
Round the town.
Goodbye, Olga. God bless you. Sleep well. Goodbye, Andre. Leave them alone. They're exhausted. We can talk tomorrow.
until tomorrow. It's time to go to bed.
No! I'm going to say what I came for and then I'll go right this minute. In the first place, you all have something against my wife, Natasha. And I've noticed it since the day I got married. Natasha is a lovely person. Honest. And straightforward. And well brought up, in my opinion. I love my wife. You understand? I respect her. And I want the rest of you to respect her too. I repeat, Natasha is a lovely person. And all these remarks and attitudes, well, excuse me, but you're just being stuck up. And in the second place, you all seem mad at me because I'm not some kind of scientist or professor or something. But I have a profession. I'm a member of the county council. And I find that just as honorable and just as important as any intellectual career. I'm a member of the county council. And I'm proud of it, if you want to know. In the third place, I still have something more to say. I mortgaged the house. And I didn't ask your permission. That's my fault. And I'm sorry. And I ask you to forgive me. I had to do it because I owed a lot of money. $35,000. I don't gamble anymore. I gave it up. But the main thing is, you're all girls. You get a military pension. I don't. I don't have any income at all.
It's Masha here. That's funny.
You weren't listening. Natasha is a fine, honest woman. When I got married, I thought we would all live happily together. Oh my God. Oh. My dear sisters. My darling sisters. Don't believe me. Don't believe me.
Where is Masha? Is she even here? This is very disturbing.
It's the doctor. He's drunk again.
Olga, did you hear the news? Brigade is leaving. They're being transferred someplace far away.
It's a rumor.
We left here all alone. Olga.
What?
Olga, dear. I do respect the Baron, I do. He's a wonderful man. And I will marry him, I promise. Only please, let's go to Moscow. I beg you, please. There's no place in the world like Moscow. Let's go, Olga. Please.